We've got just under 30 people watching across all our platforms. So Stephanie, I do want to say that right away I connected with a female energy. So I'll just tell you a little bit about her and maybe you can see if that resonates for you. I wrote down a bunch of notes here. So I've got an older woman. I feel a lot of emotion when I'm connecting with her energy, like a lot of love, and I'm feeling actually quite emotional as I'm tapping into her energy. She really strikes me as being a really peaceful woman, really gentle, really kind. I do want to put her at a grandmother sort of a level, and I would want to put her on the father side of the family as well. She seems to me like she would be really connected to nature. I could kind of see her walking around in bare feet a lot, spending a lot of time outdoors. I feel like that she's also got tanned skin, you know, from all the time that she's been spending outdoors. She's really wanting to remind you to connect with your roots. So I feel like that's a big part of the message. I also, when I was tapping into her energy, I got a really bad headache. And also I was feeling a little bit of tension in my jaw. So for me, headache could be anything from something going on in the brain. It could also be representative of a stroke of some kind, especially when I'm getting that sort of pressure in the throat, in the jaw area. But I did feel a lot of headache with her. Headaches for me also could be significant of a lot of thoughts going on, which she may be acknowledging in you. So I'd love to hear how that goes with you. What I'm connecting with her physically as well, I do see her as wearing like a sort of a beige traditional. It looks like it's like a traditional, like something she would wear for a special occasion. It looks like a beige kind of garment, but it's covered in beads and covered in stitching and a lot of color in there. So there's some big stuff coming up for you though, which I want to acknowledge. Feeling a lot of energy actually for that. Okay, number one, in terms of, I pulled some cards for you. So the card that came out right away was this horned cactus card. And this is really an interesting thing. I mean, with the cacti, we see that there's a lot of kind of almost like protection that's really brought on here. Also, this the woman that I'm connecting to in spirit is talking a lot about having you go and reconnect with your brothers and sisters of the land. So I feel like that's something that you may understand. This card is also a lot about resourcefulness. And this is really showing me that you're a really resilient person, that you have been able to provide for yourself, that you're really strong, really determined. So I just want to congratulate you on that. However, I do see a lot of these, you know, sort of prickles coming out and then these horns, which to me is really a lot about you protecting yourself, you sort of being a little bit on guard. Now, one of the cards that came up as well is this preparations come to fruition. And this is just really reminding you that everything that you've worked towards is really starting to come to an end sort of thing. So it's also number 42. 4 plus 2 is a 6. 6 for me is always about seeing clearly. It always is also indicative of family relationships. It could also deal with love. So it's really that sort of family system that this is really about. So I feel like you've been working hard for something and it's all about to come to fruition very, very soon. Now, one of the things that they are talking about is the need for a like a union coming back together. So I feel like there's been a bit of a break, a bit of a split. That could be what she's talking about with the brothers and sisters that she was kind of referencing in terms of like the earth. So you may know what that means. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are, but this is really talking about how there needs to be a union. So I feel like there's like a separation that could be between you and somebody else. I feel like maybe there's a situation that's sort of come on. It could also be you and your purpose, you and your higher self. So I'd love to hear some feedback on that. And then further to assist you in moving forward in this situation. Okay. I feel like you may need to take the first step. So we've got this card here, which is the bold step forward. And this is number 55. And 55 is all about major change coming through. But I just want you to acknowledge the light. And I want you to notice that there's like rocky terrain and stuff like that you may need to go through, but the light is waiting for you on the other side. And sometimes that's what we need to do is we need to take a bold step forward. We need to put ourselves out there. You know, kind of let the cards fall where they will. So I'm going to send you a lot of love, a lot of support. Thank you so much for listening. Would love to hear how that resonates with you. Okay.